Hey guys, a very good morning to all my crypto peculiars. So, have you ever been curious about what's happening in the market? Don't you worry, the CoinMonks got you covered. Okay, so before starting with the updates, let's quickly quote today's headlines. South Korea's crypto tax plans in muddy political waters now. New American bill to tweak crypto reporting requirements. Indian government might take action against misleading crypto ads. London Assembly member calls for ban on crypto ads in trains and buses. So, let's start up with our refresh feed. Firstly, South Korean government is in some way trying to ask for taxes on crypto from its citizens, but is it actually possible? People have mixed opinions, as acknowledgement didn't really mean that they had to pay taxes, but anyways, let's have a look. On November 15, a subcommittee of South Korea's National Assembly proposed delaying a crypto tax once more. After much back and forth, the idea for a 20% tax on crypto trading gains is poised to go into effect early next year rather than 2023 as originally planned. Local media suggests that people in their 20s and 30s have invested extensively in digital assets, putting pressure on the government. It has ever been a point of contention between the ruling Democratic Party of Korea and the opposition. The rich in South Korea, on the other hand, appear to be unscathed by the upheaval. According to a recent research, 70% of the country's wealthy would not consider cryptos as an investment choice, preferring instead to invest in stocks for long-term benefits. They don't have an affection for cryptocurrencies because their risk rate is outside the realm of acceptable and doubts regarding transaction reliability persist, the report concluded. According to a different survey, 80% of young South Koreans invest in cryptocurrency among other asset classes to buy a property. Nearly a third of those polled are involved in cryptocurrency trading. Despite this, it is believed that crypto is owned by 3.8% of the country's population, or about 1.9 million people. According to one survey, this average South Korean trader puts more than $6,000 into the asset class. As a result, the issue of coin taxation is also a point of contention amongst political parties. The Democratic Party wants to postpone implementation until 2023, whereas the Ministry of Strategy and Finance has chosen to postpone it until then. In addition, another modification bill is still being debated in the National Assembly. It proposes increasing the minimum deductible amount from 2.5 million won to 50 million won. So moving forward, American government seems to have some really different plans for its crypto reporting. It's hard to determine whether they are reluctant for it or awaiting to adapt it with different measures. Let's have a look at what's getting cooked. Senators have created a new standalone bill to reduce the criteria of who will be required to transmit tax data to the IRS when Biden signs the new infrastructure package. A bipartisan group of senators has worked together to come up with a bill that would more specifically explain how the crypto tax reporting standards are applied once the infrastructure bill becomes law on Monday. According to a Bloomberg story, the suggested amendments have been worked out by two senators, one from each side of the House. Senators Cynthia Lummis and Ron Wyden were the ones to blame. According to Wyden, the new reporting obligations do not apply to individuals developing blockchain technology and wallets, says the bill. This would safeguard American innovation while also guaranteeing that individuals who buy and sell cryptocurrencies pay their taxes. Many people were concerned about who was required to provide tax information to the Internal Revenue Service, prompting the new bill suggestion. The infrastructure bill's wide phrasing allowed it to be extended to organizations like miners and software developers who would have found it hard to comply with such a mandate. Lummis, on the part, issued her following statement. Digital assets will continue to play a role in our financial system and the decisions we'll make will have long-term consequences. Instead of suffocating innovation, we should encourage it. If passed, the new standalone bill will be retroactive by the signing of the infrastructure bill. According to Bloomberg, it's unclear when this law will be voted on or whether it will be included in other legislative package before the end of the year. Despite the best efforts of high-profile crypto lobbyists such as Square's Dag Dorsey and Coinbase's Brian Armstrong, the original infrastructure bill has remained intact until it becomes law on Monday. So moving forward with our next segment for today, Indian government is all set to take actions on misleading or scamming advertisements related to crypto and investment. It's high likely that soon they'll also arrange some protocols for the same. Let's have a look. The Indian government has decided to put a stop to irresponsible crypto ad campaigns in order to promote structured crypto transactions in the country. According to a paper that summarizes Prime Minister Narendra Modi's discussion with industry leaders, the government has decided to exercise caution and is considering banning commercials that pitch high returns to investors. The letter also underlines the important points raised during the meeting, which are directly linked to a lack of transparency in India's crypto advertising. The rapid influx of advertisements luring customers and persuading them to invest could be damaging, jeopardizing the investor's capacity to make solid financial judgments. The discussion also looked at and explained how crypto is still a developing industry in India and how the government needs to take modest proactive initiatives to accommodate crypto transactions. Meanwhile, officials have raised alarm over possible money laundering and terror financing issues that are frequently linked to Bitcoin trade. Misleading crypto ad efforts have been a subject of concern around the world. Irresponsible crypto advertisements have prompted numerous countries to take steps to combat such trends and prevent the dissemination of incorrect information in order to protect investors. According to reports, India would take a progressive approach to crypto regulation, enforcing stringent oversight. The government is aware that this is a developing technology. Asia News International reports it will keep a careful eye on it and take proactive steps. There was also agreement that the government's actions in this area will be progressive and forward-looking. Anyways, moving towards our last segment for today morning, London Assembly seems to be thinking about completely banning the advertisement on public transport. Recently, it was seen that many meme coins were showing off their tokens via them. Let's have a look at our inscription. Sian Berry, a member of the London Assembly and former co-leader of the Green Party of England and Wales, wants to ban crypto ads on public transportation. Berry stated in a Sunday Twitter post that she will be recommending to London Mayor Sadiq Khan that any crypto advertising be banned from the city's transportation network, which includes several rail and bus routes. Following token initiative Floki Inu's announcement that it will launch a full-out assault on the London public transportation system with posters aboard subway trains and buses, the Assembly member has issued a call to action. They should have second thoughts where the advertisement says, "This is absolutely uncontrolled, you may lose all your money," said Berry in an interview with The Guardian. "I don't believe there should be any cryptocurrency adverts on the network, they're dishonest." The capital of the UK is no stranger to cryptocurrency advertising since it is a home to a number of exchanges and projects. Tokens such as Richard Hart's HEX has previously advertised in newspapers, on public transportation, and even at sporting events in the city. In anticipation of the opening of its UK branch, Binance plastered the city with advertisements last year. Though many of these campaigns have gone through without a hitch, Berry appears to be concerned about potential pump and dump scams in which a project's advertising causes a huge number of Londoners to buy tokens while only a few investors profit by dumping their shares when the price rises. The Advertising Standards Authority of the United Kingdom prohibited a Luno marketing campaign in May, stating that the firm's "it's time to purchase" remark on commercials may create the idea that investing in Bitcoin was simple and accessible. Berry clarified that she wasn't targeting Floki directly in her campaign for the crackdown, but rather one of the 3 crypto advertising campaigns in London. She did say, though, that members of the Floki army, token supporters on social media, had bombarded her with messages, making it appear more like a cult than a swindle. In Floki's example, the adverts appear to be causing the token price to grow. According to CoinMarketCap data, the token's price increased by more than 500% between October 26 and November 4, when it reached an all-time high of $0.0003406. So we would now wind up with our assessment for today morning and meet you all in the evening with even more interesting stuff. Until then, you may consider joining our Telegram channel for free crypto signals. Visit our blog linked below for guides, reviews and tutorials, and subscribe to the channel and get daily updates about the crypto market. Lastly, with this little favor of CoinMonks, we hope you stay updated. Thanks for watching and have a nice day ahead.